Game and Movie presents interviews from MGC 2017.
Yes, I have such a soft voice.
What is up, everyone? This is Tony here, Game and Movie Podcast, and I have got some special guests here. Fellows that I just met. Actually, I think I did meet you guys years ago, but finally actually connected with you guys this time. It's Guys, Games, and Beer. Identify yourselves.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Tom with Guys, Games, and Beer. We are a podcast that involves a lot of drinking, needless to say.
Yes.
Yeah. We occasionally actually talk about gaming, but there's usually a lot of drinking involved just the same.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful
thing.
It is. And what are you drinking right now, sir?
I'm drinking Rail Gin with San Pellegrino lemon, and it is a beautiful tasting beverage.
That is very classy and healthy, I think.
He did. He kind of classied up this whole thing by just drinking that alone.
Making a mixed drink in a plastic bottle. Classy.
Right, even more classy. I mean, come on. We would have been carrying around the gin bottle with...
It would probably be Everclear in a paper bag.
That's true. That's true. It could have been. It could have been. So you are at least trying to class this act up.
So you guys have been a part of the Midwest Gaming Classic for a long time. I don't know how long you guys have been a part of it, but I've been coming for 6 years, and I think I remember you guys since kind of the very beginning. You guys used to have a room down here. Yep. Tell me a little bit more about your relationship with the Midwest Gaming Classic.
This is our fifth Midwest Gaming Classic working it. We go back a long way, but our fifth one actually working it. We reached out to them after me and you had been to one.
Yeah, we had been to one together and had a great time. There's just some amazing stuff here. So we said, hey, we could put on a show here. We could bring the podcast. And they said, that's a great idea. And then they regretted it for the next 5 years, really.
Yeah, the last 5 years, there's been a lot of tears and a lot of regret. I'm just going to put it out there. That's why we drink, because of the tears and regret. We got a hold of Dan Lucen, who puts this show on and does an amazing job. He is kind of a beautiful man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. But that being said, so he gave us a room down here, and they've got like a kind of a Radio Row vendor area that they do down there where they give us rooms. But we didn't want to just do a podcast. So because we're
a .net.
Yeah, we are a .net. We are not just a podcast. We wanted to bring some of our own private collection here.
Yes.
Rob has an issue.
Wait, which one? I don't know. I'm
when it comes to old hardware.
You can't even talk. You cannot even talk. If it's weird, I kind of want it. And even if it's normal, I'll do something to it. I like to hack and play with equipment. It offends people sometimes, but
so
I really
let's
enjoy
cite
that.
some examples, because you guys are being overly cryptic right now.
Okay, so classic example. So Rob literally has what's called a consoleized Neo Geo.
Oh my God, I played it and I looked at it.
Isn't that thing awesome?
Oh, it's so good.
Love that thing.
So explain this,
What a
please.
consoleized Neo Geo is, the Neo Geo systems that you used to play at the arcades really were just at one single small board, a yoke, and a CRT connected to it.
Right.
So it's really common to yank the boards out of that big console and put them in some existing case or make your own case.
Yes.
So Rob's got his mounted in a modified Genesis case,
I
which
did
looks
not
beautiful.
build it.
But you
it
did
was
a beautiful.
distressed when I got it.
You did a beautiful job rebuilding it and making it actually look decent again.
Yeah,
Baby,
that's
it
what
looks
was,
so
really.
sexy.
It does look.
It is
Doesn't it
sexy.
look dead sexy?
Dude, almost as sexy as you yourself.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
And for those of you who are listening to these two right now, just watch the
We're
podcast.
kind of rubbing up against each other a little bit. I'm just saying.
They're
I'm not saying
right now they are
weird.
touching each other inappropriately. Yeah.
I'll get a documentation.
Document what these two are doing.
We were listening to dubstep for some
This is
reason.
special. Yeah. We're just making dubstep.
Yeah, evidently they are just making dubstep up while they do this. But so yeah, we have a lot of old classic hardware. We just got a lot of obscure things that people don't get a chance to see.
Now, Corey and I from our podcast, we went down there
I
last
forgot the
night.
name for a moment there.
I did. I'm the opposite of a teetotaler right now.
Yeah,
So
I can tell. Yeah.
In fact, I need another drink. But we went down to your room and just got enveloped in your experience. There was a master guitarist and Drunk Larry, is it?
It
Yeah,
is Drunk Larry, yes.
But anyways, I got to, take a look around the room, and there is this penguin that these guys actually, they have a sign printed up that details the Famiclone. Can you just say a little bit about the penguin? Because this is one of my favorite
Do you want to take the penguin or should I?
Oh,
Rob,
God,
you take
the
the penguin.
penguin.
Wait.
You could double team the
Let me
penguin.
say my part of it before you say part.
All right.
It's 12,000 games in one. Not
is.
just one game, not just two games. They literally sell it as a 12,000 game in one unit. Now, that's the plus side. Rob, what's the downside of the penguin?
Number one, it's a fire hazard. I did a disassembly on it during one of my videos, or a partial breakdown for one of my videos. I didn't actually record that part, but I recorded my results. And what is inside there is terrifying. I mean, you're talking like bare wire.
Without any shielding or
no shielding.
plastic?
There's no shielding.
What?
No nothing. It's just it could bump into each other and just start a fire. It's just crazy. I was terrified. And what happened was it broke down during a video.
Yes.
And so I said, well, I got to fix the dang thing. So I ended up taking it down, and then I looked inside and went, oh, I was terrified.
How do you even get pure wire? That's my question. Who provides
Who
pure
makes
wire?
anything like that? But think about this. So basically, here's a kid's toy that's prone to bursting into flames.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because I didn't know that you had one. You didn't know I had
No.
one. We had bought them completely independently, both with missing feet.
Yeah,
by
but
the way.
that's the first thing that went.
Yeah, there's no feet.
That's serendipity, baby.
Yeah, those
Exactly.
are fake feet we got on.
Yeah,
that one.
those-
That's homebrew right there. Homebrew feet.
Homebrew
But-
feet.
At its
So,
best.
so I called Tom and I'm like, hey, I got this really weird Famiclone and it looks like a penguin and I think it probably has cancer plastic on it. And he's like, I've got the same thing. I think they were both in box, weren't they?
Yeah,
With their amazing claims of 32 billion games. That said, the games are pretty good.
Yeah, it really does have a good selection
But the controllers are cancer.
of the usual Famicom
Yeah.
games on it.
Yeah,
So, but yes,
has
deadly.
beady red eyes as well.
Yeah.
does.
So it's
Imagine
Which is
taking that
kinda
home to your
cool.
kids.
we like to call it Akuma Penguin. So those of you who know a little Japanese, it's Akuma Pengi.
Akuma Pengi.
Akuma Pengi. Not
Give you
Akuma Tata,
Akuma.
Akuma Pengi.
Give me a Akuma.
Akuma Pengi. It means fire penguin.
Yeah, fire penguin, right? Exactly.
To find out it
means this thing is going to burst into flames, burn your house to the ground, and you'll be left homeless with nobody to look out for you.
We do collect a lot of plug-and-play stuff.
Yeah.
We're both fans of the Famiclones because they're just, oh my God, they're cheap. They're horrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so, what was the number? You had some arbitrary number of how many Famiclones there are, and that might be even old news now.
It is old news, and I do not remember that number because it's so ridiculously high.
It's like 3,000.
It was in the thousands. It was
it's
somewhere in that area.
Variants.
The number of Famiclones. For those of you who don't know, Famiclone is a
Thank you.
clone of the Famicom, which was the Japanese version of the NES. Famicom means family computer. So, but the whole thing about this was the Chinese companies just ripped NE off 6 Ways Till Sunday and started turning these things out like they were candy. And literally thousands and thousands of different models of this come out. So
And some have cartridge ports. In fact, the Penguicom has one. On the
Surprising.
back, so you can
No,
play
I
actual.
didn't even know.
no, you would
Famicom
be
games.
amazed how many of the clones actually allow you to plug a cartridge in.
The penguin one is astounding to me because it looked too little to even have a port.
You'd be amazed.
Yes.
Its whole back is a freaky
So the doctor-
Neo-level
wait.
frickin' Matrix thing.
Yeah, the Doctor Boy, which was that Game Boy one that looks kind of like a Game Boy with a fake LCD screen on it, but it plugs into your TV.
I did not see it.
That's another Famiclone. It actually has a cartridge adapter, so because its port's too small, you put this big old piece of plastic on it and then plug a Famicom cartridge into it.
Why? You created the product and then you created an add-on.
Exactly.
To even play.
Engineering at its best. Right. So you've created a rip-off product and then you reverse engineered it to make it fit the old stuff.
This is too much, man.
Gotta love it.
Let's get back a little bit more about what you guys are about, not what you own, the podcast. The poster that I saw was like, it had another amount of arbitrary numbers on it.
But
like,
those are not arbitrary.
they're
They're
based
old.
in reality.
They're old, but
okay,
they're not arbitrary.
What I meant to say is numbers that I don't remember.
Okay, Rob.
Yes.
They're probably not
general
correct.
rundown.
Honestly, they probably weren't correct at the time we did it because it's kind of hard to
Because he was
tell.
drunk.
I was a little drunk when I did it. It was
Of course.
for a magazine, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
for,
it was for Steampunk magazine.
yeah, Steampunk magazine.
Nice.
We had to get an ad together in like 2 days. So I just whipped this thing together. So yeah, it basically said how many interviews we've done, which is like two. I can't remember.
Right.
And then
How
how
many
many
beers
beers
we
we
drank.
had, and then 0 lessons learned.
And the only number you need to take away from that is 0
No
lessons learned.
We've not got any better. since
So
the
let's
first
delve into
episode.
what you talk about, what a basic episode is comprised of, and how long it is, and what the focus is, and
Well, each episode is about an hour long. We occasionally go long. We'll occasionally go shorter, depending on the topic. We try to cover one gaming topic and one beer. We'll review a beer at the beginning.
Yes.
And the format we call Beer Court. And basically...
quarters in session.
Yes, we do call court to session. You have to be silent. We've had the bailiff take somebody out and beat him, Larry. And so basically we pass judgment. You get a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and then I come up with some stupid-ass charges that basically it has to answer to. that's pretty easy. And then we go into one of several things. We either cover a game genre. We'll often cover a genre. We will sometimes just cover an individual game if we think it's interesting enough, like Mike's nipples. Drew keeps showing up a little bit at a time. We're a pretty large podcast.
We were just both rubbing his nipples while you were talking.
He was smiling.
It's not unusual.
He was smiling.
It was consensual.
Exactly.
It was.
I accepted my
So
bet.
you go through game genres sometimes. Sometimes a focus on a game, maybe?
Yeah, we will often focus on a particular game. A system, we do things called deep dives, where I basically talk about everything about one system, how many games, some things about the development.
Nice.
And, it's 85% accurate. No, we disagree with the wiki every once
Because
in a
a lot
while.
of often that
I
is
go a little
wrong.
bit deeper. Yeah.
Often that is wrong.
We're probably more likely to be wrong, but we do a little bit of research. Sometimes I talk to some people about it. Our memory, we're old. I mean,
I'm 40.
I'm 45. Tom's in his 50s. Larry's the same age as me.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm 40.
Yeah,
I'm old. I'm 45.
So, you kids are amusing me.
Yeah, you are. You are making me laugh, dude.
I'll never forget we did a deep dive on the Saturn where I made the bold statement that it was the only system that didn't have a Sonic game for it, which is beautiful because during the thing, I'm like flashing up Saturn boxes. I have no idea. It didn't have one that was developed specifically for it, but it did have games for it. But for some reason, I just felt like that was the thing I'm going to lay down. It's completely inaccurate. Completely inaccurate.
So what you're saying basically is your deep dives are completely inaccurate.
That would also be.
That may be an inaccurate.
That would also be somewhat inaccurate.
That's just piling on the inaccurates.
But I wouldn't say it's completely wrong either.
So do you have a technological background? You said that you take apart things.
Pretty much everybody does. I do. I'm network security. Tom's full-time tech. Larry is a programmer. I know, right?
You just blew the lid off this dude's fucking head right now.
Yep.
Your titles.
And Mike's in management, so he's just kind of a douche.
But he does know how to wink, and his nipples feel good.
Okay. All right. That's all that matters.
It has been a complete pleasure to talk with you guys and learn more about it. I'm not subscribed, but you can bet I will be
That is awesome.
Tuesday at 7. How does that work?
Tuesday at 7.
Can you pencil me in?
Yeah, we'll pencil you in for that. All right.
Yes?
I will bring
You got it. You're
up the website
penciled
for
in.
you.
You're penciled in.
All right. Oh, before we go, let's pimp this shit. Tell us where we can find
All
games,
right,
guys, and beers.
Let's start with what do you do every Friday, Rob, and where should they find you?
Every Friday is Free Game Friday. We give away a free game on Facebook at www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer. I'm trying not to get into the voice. I'm trying really hard not to do it.
Okay.
I can tell.
Trying hard. On Twitter at Guys Games and Beer because we couldn't afford an and.
And on Twitter, we give away games usually middle of the
Wednesday.
week. Usually the middle of the week. I occasionally miss it, but generally Wednesday you'll get a couple of games on there. Where else can they find us?
Well, you can check us out on our website, www.facebook.com.
Right.
Wait, what? www.guysgamesandbeer.net. God, I've been drinking.
I don't know if you've ever heard of Facebook.
Yeah, it's kind of on his shirt.
It's literally on my shit. This, not millennium. This is not a millennium's literal. This is a literal thing.
You want some gin?
All right, so how about you guys pimp yourselves out one more time?
Hey, man, we're Game and Movie Podcast. You can find us at GameandMoviePodcast.com, Facebook, Twitter. We actually have, that was taken. That was the only one that was taken.
Really? I'm surprised it wasn't taken on any place else. I'm amazed you got that. That's a great. That is a great URL.
So on Twitter, we are Game and Movie USA.
So on Twitter one more time?
Game and Movie USA.
All right.
And also, you can find us on a bunch of platforms that we don't really update at all or care about. Like Tumblr, for instance. I started a Tumblr for this dumb shit, and I never updated. So you can find us there.
I checked. They have not updated their Tinder profile either, okay? Swipe right.
Ours, however, is completely up to...
That is a great note to go out on, and thanks, guys, so much.
Gentlemen, it's been a great weekend. Thank you guys for coming on the show last night.
Booyah!
We will talk to you guys again.
Networking, baby.
Anti.
Hey, thanks everyone for listening and hope you enjoyed the interview. We've got lots of other content coming up here with specialty interviews and also our public question, which was, which 3 games would you bring with you on a deserted island? We asked everyone that, so stay tuned for all of that and more. Thanks everyone, and see you later from Game and Movie Podcast.